But no. That is the federation. Excom. Tetunaba kukigira musobola okukigaana naye fact gye tulinawo fact gye tulinawo bannange events zigenda kubeera munange. That is a fact. How do we make it work? It's the discussion. Format eno ku benchmarkinga ku historical running of the WRC. They used it 11 events nga mwenda guscoringa ne bakyusamu ko somewhere else. The British Championship 7 events, best 6. So tetukironda nti tekiriwo. We tried to benchmark where has it worked, tusobola kukintegratinga tutya kubanga tukitegeera nti there is a burden even to the organizer. There is a burden even on the budget of the federation. There is a burden, but we also have the reality. While we take compliance is required, how do we get to comply? We cannot have all events in all districts, but we can use these events to reach all the required districts. So format eyo gitubadde tuproposinga of course ejja kutuyamba for compliance and spreading the sport. Naye the financial realities tuzimanyi ezigenda mu maaso all of us. But I hope nti bwetubaga tugitaddewo bulungi netukola etteeka erituprotectinga, I think it can be a start for us towards compliance and making the championship more vibrant. Back to you, sir.
So thank you very much, Mr. GS. Of course, I expect questions. I will move that around and we'll have a conversation. Hakim, then Mambazi.
As you say, tekikyaliko kuteesa ziri munaana. Wamanga wekyogedde naye wetunuulira empozi simanyi weyo tukyateesa ku draft that is the calendar. Or event number 8 ate ready eriko drivers day out.
Does that mean
no. Does that mean that I just presented? The proposal that I just presented, it is also used at WRC2. 7 events, you choose your best 6.
Yes.
It is used. So, it is not new.
Okay.
If you dropped out, it gives you a chance, a fighting chance. There is no regulation so far written on that format. We can write that regulation here today. What I have proposed has also been used elsewhere, but we can also propose at the start of the season to indicate the events you're going to participate in. But for me, I think the compensation format works very well. Naye walala because okay, mu Uganda what a championship.
Mr. General Secretary, is it conclusive that NRC 8 cannot go off the calendar before we deliberate, or it can go off?
It cannot.
He wants to know Yes.
NRC 8.
What is the purpose of this 8?
So, the calendar will have NRC 8. Whether we are saying you know all what, it will be there. Thank you.
Chairman,
Now let's
I'm sorry for coming late. NRC 8 is not going off because I'm going to sponsor it.
Yes, exactly what I'm on your side, young bros. I'm with you.
Now, Mr.
Jonas,
My question goes first to Kati to Ambrose. Are you sponsoring these events for the rest of the years or this year alone?
If we do it very well, that means I'll take it over.
Then maybe Mr. Chairman, nze ng'omu nina okuteesa kwange nti NRC 8 ebetunyigiriza because twali mu symposium yasooka mu 2025 twali tuteeseza nga tulina okukendeeza ku the 7 events. Instead of reducing, we are adding on. So temwatu considering biki bye twali tubeesingako okusaba okukendeeza wabula mutwongera kubwongeza.
and I think the GS has explained that further. That, and in his beginning statements, he made mention of the pressure is not entirely on you, the competitors.
It's
Even
on
the
the
federation
federation
as well to comply with particular elements.
But is the government sponsoring me to do these events? It's from my pocket, Leon.
Jonas, at the end of the day, there must be an arrival at a point which, from my understanding, NRC 8 is actually on the calendar. I would prefer that we actually discuss the modalities of point scoring that have been expressed by the GS and any other options that may be made available, and we discuss that matter.
Okay. Now, if it is like that, the first point is here. We cannot agree with the regulation, which is going to allow, please, a regulation that is going to allow compensation. That regulation doesn't work. It is not fair. The issue should be, let us choose the events we are going to drive.
Exactly.
As a competitor, the events are 8. When the season is starting, you show interest. That I'll drive NRC1, I'll drive 3, I'll drive 5, I'll drive 7, and such a total 7. And you have your total 7 that you have chosen. So, if you have an extra event that you haven't chosen and you go for it, you will not score.
Yeah.
Because if I see that I've dropped out of NRC1, I'll say fine, I lost those points. So now it means I have to drive the remaining 7. So somebody who is going to drive 7 complete minus 1 is already at a disadvantage. Because you are driving 8 but you waved away 1. Even if I do 7 and I reach on NRC 7 and I say maybe I performed poorly in NRC 3. So if I go for 8, I will scrap off points for 3 and I get for 8, which is done better. It's no way, it's not fair.
Yeah.
So if we have agreed to do these events, let's have a timeline and select it. Say maybe by NRC1, every competitor should have brought a list of the events he was hoping to participate in.
Yeah.
Option 1. Option 2, score in all 8. Option 2. Option 2, score in all 8 and save yourself that headache. There's an also ready for the round. So you want to act as an option? So we have one option from Anthony.
Thank you very much. I think let's be honest to ourselves. You are going to choose 1, 2, 3 events. What if you drop out because of a clash and yet you can still continue? Let's leave the basket open. We all fall in. If you are out, you are out. If you finish, you finish. What's wrong with that? If you don't have money, hold on. Yes. Let's go for everything. Let's go for everything. Why am I saying this? You are going to have the most competitive events whereby you have 5 drivers who cannot take the championship. And that's where the fun is. Why are you scared? Let's go flat out. If you can, you win. If you don't, go home.
He said that if you score the best 7 out of 8, it will not be a championship. But that's what Anthony said. But I've seen you guys, when you are doing circuits, you choose the best run. Isn't it?
It's total time.
That's what I thought.
Wewe alikuwa sema wanyama kusoma mperedwa. Mr. Gies. Twali mu meeting y'ingeji bali gifasi byo kubira mu. Twali tusaba event 5. Emutunyonyola ku President, Vice President, Mr. Gombe. N'agamba eby'omulana teriiwo. Waliwo event 7. Era n'agamba abali meeting bajja kujulira. Mr. Gombe n'agamba kale event 7 nga ffe tusaba 5. Ey'omunaana ne mutunyonyola naffe tubanyonyola embeera mwe tuyita ne tugamba kale mugende 5 mayi mugende n'7 kakati ali saawa zino ogamba Mr. General Secretary nti twagamba 8 kubanga yagamba ne Mr. Saidi nti kiwandiike kyefasaizinga wandiika nti 7 mu meeting mwe twali era kyobola bwe twateesaako twabasaba obuwandiike kati mutandisa okwekyusa ey'omunaana tugyongerangako.
Toseka bwotyo nga wasiibi.
I remember Mateo yatutwalira ebbanga muwanvu. Chairman n'agamba nti kale tujja kuswalinga events 7. Era n'agamba ey'omunaana tugenda gyetegereza.
URBM atulimbye nnyo mwageze mu meeting ne mutuyimwa ebinyo by'abantu.
Nze nali nkola minutes. Ekintu kye yateekako nti events 7 zijja kusigalawo. That's where the scope is. Ekintu bwaki yagamba nti ey'omunaana tujja kubaddira kubanga twalina okuddayo ne bakama baffe be twali twogera nabo ku format which we have already presented.
Ndowooza event zitambuza. I think we need to do other things rather than spreading the info
Ndowooza
omuzannyo kutambula ba
kati
we are insisting on one simple event like the 8th one. This year tambuza omuzannyo mu Uganda.
Eronyo omutwe okulumira ki?
Government sente zetuwa mwe abantu abako event y'omunaana. Our new drivers benefiting abatya direct. Kuzo sente kabaze ekireso obuzibu kya cost ku event y'omunaana.
Although ekyo kiri off the cards kubanga siroza kyafula mwe naye badde mbuuza wandyagadde driver obenefiting otya direct kubanga nga bwe mbagambye omanyi tutandika ne small steps. Ultimately ffenna kye twagala kwe kuba nti tusobola okufuna a benefit ya federation okuba nti omuzannyo guno gukuze, benefit okuba nti abavuzi mulina bwe mufuniramu. That is what we ultimately want. Spread of the sport kyekimu ku bintu bye tukola okulaba nti tukikola kitufu. Mu discussions zetwabadde ne ba representatives ba UMRDA. URDA. Munansonyi wala ekyentegeeza ki. Mu discussions twabadde nazo twakkiriziganyizza nti ko obligation ekibiina ekyo gye kirina okuba nayo ya welfare. FMU tegenda kugulira muvuzi mmotoka. FMU tegenda kugulira muvuzi mipiira. Naye ekintu kye twakkiriziganyizaako nti bwe mubeera in an organized manner and have a circle, musobola okubaamu ensako eva mu federation. Ekirala kye twakkiriziganyizaako nti ekibiina oba abavuzi bagenda kubeera ne permanent event eya circuit ku kalenda eyaabwe gye basobola okugyamu akasente akasooka ne bwe ba miliyoni 10 baziteeke mu nsako yaabwe. So benefit gy'oba oyagala ate nga era bino ebintu bya governance sigenda kuleeta ssente za gavumenti nziteeke ku mmeeza tandika okugamba nti Jonas mutwale bweziti, Kagoro mutwale bweziti, Retwala bweziti. We shall not do that. Naye tulina okusala amagezi agalaba nti omuzannyo gutambula, abavuzi namwe mulina benefit, naye benefit eyo bw'obanga ogirowooza nti yakugenda direct mu nsawo zo, ekyo tekijja kusoboka. Tulina kikolera in an organized, structured organ ey'abavuzi.
Kati nze n'ebintu bibiri byentunulidde wano. Meetings ezisooka nzimanyi nze nkolera mu byalo. Twogedde ku events 8 bategeka omupiira katugeze ng'omupiira kwadde tuli motoka za mpaka ne bagamba nti eddakiika ziri 9 zisika ziri kiki 9. Mbadde njagala omukulu ono atulambulire ku events 8. Event y'omunaana ono alina kyagyogeddeko. Enkaaba eri ku saidi y'aba driver nga bakaba lwansawo. Singa muganda wange ono agamba ku modalities ya sponsorship wegenda okutambula ya event y'omunaana, muba musigaddeyo mu kibalo kyamwe kya events 7 bw'abanga atunuulidde nga ye bw'ali driver nti ba driver wano bakosebwa nnyo. Ba driver ngenda ku event eno y'omunaana ngenda kubakwatirako kino na kino na kino na kino kikakkanye emitima gy'abavuzi. Kubanga ffe tubeera wano apart from ebifumbibwa eri mu bakama baffe abatutegekera, naffe eno gye tubeera tulinamu embeera gye tutambuliramu. Nze omunaana sigulinaako obuzibu ng'agwongeddemu yekomiti nze nti ba driver mbatambulira bwenti ne bwenti nga seretezibwe sikugamba nti FM yokka waba alina kyategese be bagenda okubenefitinga. Nze kyembadde nsaba atuwe modalities za sponsorship, si kugamba nti ngenda kusponsoringa nga abavuzi tebalinayo bagiddemu ng'ate be bali mukosebwa.
Let me clarify on this. When I say I'm going to sponsor, those who drove Kabare last time, you saw what happened. Zestunda nyanya. When I say I'm sponsoring, I consider I'm a driver. I know everyone. We work on that. To forget. Wait till you musharerare, then don't come. We must kuvuga bodaboda. This is a game that you have to come and show. You've come to participate in something you enjoy. No, kati muchifo chogamba muzanyo tukuteka waguru ati we are putting it down. How will government give us more money if we are saying we are reducing events? We need to show them we've tried to cover the country, but we are doing badly. Sente bazonjere federation ni to federation tujikame. Not so? Hey.
Chair. All right, members, please let us hear from Jonas and then we proceed on the. Please let us listen. Members, please let us listen. Please.
Leon, Mr. Chairman,
Hamza
Ambrose, nze mbadde nakyenteesa bwana Leon nti Ambrose ali ready to sponsoringa nandisabye sponsoringe NRC 7. Can't we get tujja kufuna tuina events ezitatuteekako nnyo kifuba nga bw'olaba autocross nga Kati nga ki tetusobola kwongera ku events za autocross oba enduro neba nti yo teteekako nnyo maanyi netuzitwala mu districts ze mwagala tujja zivuga nga bwe tuvuga zino. I think nazo ziba motorsport events nene tutateekayo ki netwongerako NRC 8.
Hakim, let us hear what Hakim says. Matayo, let Hakim say what he has.
On a serious note, Rion, motorsport tuina disciplines asatu mu bbiri. Events asatu mu bbiri, disciplines ziri mukago oba musanvu. Lwaki amaanyi amangi tugatadde ku motor rallying? Lwaki tetukwata at least karting ne tugikasukako ewalala, drifting, enduro naye 75% mulaga nti motor rallying yokka yeyina ogikola ate nga ne sente zammwe ewaffe muteekayo katono zisinga genda mu birala. On a serious note, tuwulirize ku badriver.
Before the GS says something, Hamza briefly, then we'll have the GS speak. Hamza, Matthias, please. To Hamza, then we'll hear the GS.
Mr. Leon, I think kusonga soka wetwacha kukwata events munana nja kusupporting ensonga ya Anthony. You choose the 7 events you are to do prior.
Yes.
Bwe kisonga endala ya mugana mwanda ki mujayogeddeko. Events disciplines eziri ku kalenda oko nyingi. Tuzi spreading ekedala. Tuleme kunyigiriza side emwe ya rally. Side ya pichi muli mukutola ko event. Lwaki ate ku side ya rally muli mukutumbiza butumbizi. Abavuzi nabo banyigirizwa mu nsonga yensa ekyo kyo kibafaako. Mukitunulira nakyo mu side endala.
Kongereko batoleko.
Batoleko tutagala kirala.
Before the GS speaks, I think we are in two places at the same time. On one hand, Hamza is saying NRC 8 is good, but we have to consider points allocation system. On the other hand, NRC 8 is not good distribute events across all the other disciplines. Let us find a one decision.
Let me just come in a bit.
That is the question I asked you.
Ebintu byemwogera ne explanation y'amawanda. We have had 101 engagements. 101 engagements. There is even a misconception. You see, our sport is not very well understood. For us to start even being seen by government, we had to convince them that we are needed, like all other sports, that we are not as rich as they see us, but also that we have a contribution. Now, you are dealing with a government of numbers. So, when they are forcing you to go in these places, they are also looking at your numbers. Secondly, there is a general misinterpretation about our sport. Do you know that the meeting we had yesterday but one, these guys wanted motorcycling, all districts, motor rallying, all districts, karting, all districts. Bajja bongera sente, but we have to show cause. Banange tulina okulaga okubongera sente bino ebintu byonna bye mwogera drivers circle, we have put all these things, we have put them on the table, but we have to show cause. Now it was a lot of convincing that motorsport is one. So don't separate us into motorcycling, that autocross is different from motor rallying, so that we are able to reach. But these are 112 districts where they want us. Even if you put all these 32 events, you will not comply. But it means that these other auxiliary disciplines, they are also going to play their role. But for the national championship, it has to show that it reaches all the regions. Because it is a championship, it is what they see.
This country being divided.
Okay, for us as motorsport,
the government has divided this country into how many regions?
What? I don't remember. I don't remember. There were either 8 or 12. There were either 8 or 12.
You have said the government says it wants motor rallying in all regions. So how many regions does the government have?
The motorsport regions which we presented are 8. Perfect. Football has 8. Football 8. I think we must have benchmarked on 8. There are 8. So, it is the same presentation that we made.
Mami General Secretary, tweyanziza nnyo presentation yammwe eyo. Tusiimye okutukiikirira obulungi mu bakama baffe aba ministry ne National Council of Sports, naye ate twenyamiddemuko alabika abantu bano tubatemu bannyonnyola bulungi omuzannyo gwaffe kikutegeeza, kubanga butuufu okubanga opromoting okutwala NRC 8 all over the regions ng'olina autocross kale ziri 6 nezo nange olina autocross 4 e Kampala tikikola makulu. Bwemba ndowooza ati autocross is part of motorsport from the word go. Kwata autocross kubanga yote nyinzo givuga nyinzo utagivuga teri competitive nnyo. Njitwale Gulu, njitwale Arua, njitwale ate nekirala bebeetaaga emizannyo egitandika. Kubanga omuntu okukwata omuvuzi omugye Kampala omutwale Gulu kijja kwetaaga cost nene na biki okumdwa naye ate bw'aba agenda kuvuga autocross maybe kiba kitonoko. Waliwo emizannyo emirala gyetusobola okukozesa. Mwami Rioni yakuliyetinze e-sport, tutuuka butuusi mu baasi ne tugenda Arua ne tuzannya e-sport ne tuvaayo, tuba tutambuzizza omuzannyo. Tetwetaaga na ambulance tugenda okukola e-sport. Waliwo emizannyo emirala General Secretary obadde mu FIA nga barecommending obuzannyo gwe bayita slalom tegwetaaga na room eno obunene okuzannyibwa. Okitegeera gusobola okuzannyibwa mu bifo nga bino ne twachivinga ebintu bino. Drifting twetaaga car park. Arua waliyo parking lot, Egulu waliyo parking lot, Mbale waliyo parking lot, Kabale waliyo parking lot. Tusobola okutambuza emizannyo egyo emitonotono ne tulaga nti this is motorsport moving. Naye okukwata NRC enamba ennene ekompitingibwako abantu kubanga nazo zikola national championship. Bw'okola autocross nayo national championship. Karting is a national championship. Slalom is a national championship. Ne pichipichi national championship. Ne kati pichipichi tulina emirundi 3. Garuga, Bugundi, Gundi, Fotopoto tekyaliyo mpozi ne Masaka. Egulu bote tebagala pichipichi. Lwaki tetwalayo mboto eyo pichipichi side eyo? Lwaki tetwala Arua ekisawe gye kiri tumatizimba n'Embale? Lwaki pichipichi? Manyi lwaki motoka NRC abavuzi abalina okuvuga emmotoka ezo bakayana muzifuule 5 ate tuli muzongera nate MX yo bwe yasabye 8 bagisazeeko. Kati kugamba kigamba nti waliwo stadium enyigirizibwa ennyo mu kino ekintu simanyi lwaki. Mu butuufu mutukonsideringe ffe nga bako-driver tulumirirwa nnyo abavuzi baffe.
Kirabika nti management ne Excom mwasazeewo kale ne government in courts zina kuba 8 kale tuyinza okkiriza mu kunyigirizibwa okungi naye kati namwe federation ne government olw'okuba nti etwongedde burden namwe musetingewo price kiki abantu kye bavuganya
tulekerenga awo kubanga tugenda kuteeka mu sente zaffe nyi tumanye nti kala wangula guno omwaka tugenda muwe ettaka ekyapa bwekiri wali tugenda muwe emmotoka naffe tukkiriziganye tumanye amaanyi gaffe weegalaga.
Let me listen to Gilberto, Momo, and then we spoke.
Neyanziza amanya Gilberto balondemu. Banaye nange munzikirize ntuseeyo ku ndowooza yange. Amujja kukkiriza. Kakati tuyinza obudde buyinza okukya nga tuli ku nsonga emu ya event 8 naye nga ffe bannannyini zivuga tusaba tuvudde mu kusaba kati abamu ndowooza tuli mu kaaba ku mitima kubanga waliwo omunywanyi wange wano mukulu Innocent agambye nti twayogera ne tubaako ne wetutuuka naye biganye so ne bawegaya nti ate kati mwefuula nedda tukanye mukululwe nsaba nti ekintu kino tuleme kiremerako ffe tutuule eyo gyemuwulira gye zivugira bwe tukugamba nti 8 tegujja kusoboka tusaba 8 mbanga mugwetaaga federation ne government mwe mukole budget ya event eyo gye mwagala munoonye ffe ba Gilberto mutupangise ojja kumanya nti Gilberto ojja mupangisa obukadde 2 bw'onaaba oyagala Dankani omuwe miliyoni 10 bw'onaaba oyagala Umaru Dawuda omuwe tijja kuwa 8 bannaayi emmotoka zino tuzivuga nvuze emmotoka okuva 28 Desemba n'olwaleero nali ntaddeyo okusaba kwange nga njandika event nve mu katuubiru ke nvugidde emyaka n'olwaleero nonze siddibwangamu sijja kunenya bakulembeze omulimu gwe mukola gwa ttendo naye nakuno okusaba kwaffe tusaba mukuwulirize mu kuteekayo waggulu tetuganye naye event ey'omunaana iyo mutupangise ffe tujja kujja tuvuge okuleka zino 7 muleke abantu ffe abasazewo luluka tuvuge 7 ne championship ebeere ku ezo ze tusazeewo 7 ey'omunaana ebeere option bw'oba ompangisiza nja kujja nvuge bw'oba sompangisiza tukireke mwebale nnyo mwebalire.
Thank you very much. Let's listen to Momo and we shall move on to the decisions around NRC 7, NRC 8 and the applicable regulation.
Mine is a question. With NRC 8, do we cover the 75% are we compliant with NRC 8?
It's a process.
If it's a process.
It is a process.
If it's a process, let's also consider having a process to achieving it on the side of the competitors. Because already 7 has been weighing competitors down and the cars as well. Can we also have it gradually? They've given ideas on how to comply with so many other activities that can be incorporated into the calendar.
Thank you very much, Momo.
Tutunulira nnyo options endala zetusobola okukozesa than taking the national rally championship nga yo ku all the different places without clear incentives as well.
Sure. Thank you very much, Momo Mwebarenyo. Matthias, finally, then we'll go into some points around NRC 7 and 8.
The chamber dente sanganza NRC 8 nga Gilberto abadde ateesezza tulina clubs sikyogera mbubi kangendeko a bit off katono nnyo kya NRC 8 tulina clubs ezimu zendaba zibadiza events nga teziri waffe kuddamu kutegeka kyekituufu so mukulu Ambrose waba yagala rally Kabale tulina clubs nga ebifomo ebizitegekera tebikyali waffe tusobola gitwala Kabale naye ey'omunaana y'ekituufu nze nga nze mbaddeko ne chance era aba etuulako mu bucket nga etunula mu budget ya ttiimu ekituufu rally enywa ssente tiwaliwo ne rally gye mugamba obeeno tugireke naye ate ng'olaba omuzannyo gulina otambula so kati ku events 7 kati waliwo nga nesijja kwogera club.
Thank you very much, Matthias. Allow me
to Kabale.
Matthias. Omukulu kayogere then tumalire. Ideas zisigala zijja naye munzikirize ono yabasembayo tusalewo lumu. Champion Nasa nzikiriza. It is okay, no problem.
Amanya Nasib Pro kawaka watota sirika pick up. Kitu tepanga dene mwogera ku kintu kimu ekiganya okugwa. Event ziri musanvu. Ngate ziwadde musanvu emabega. Ga National Council of Sports mugamba nti yalirizinga 3 billion je muita kota. Nkakonyeko bukonyi kayinza obanyiza dde nkalesi. Kwezo sente kitegeeza kwe tubadde tutambuliza events omusanvu siwe kiri kweze billion 3 nga billion zeze 3 omusanvu event ezo nga feva drivers tukyakaaba ku musanvu era nga tetukola ki tetufuna kwezo billion 3 tutulina bye tubeetaaga mu bye mutatuwa kati ate mugamba nti ate government yayongeddeko 8 omunana yabongedde ku sente ezera yayongeddeko bati yayongeddeko
webale nnyo mukulu Nasib Pro abakulu munzikirize tugende ku nsonga ya NRC 7 and 8 ekiteeso ekibaddewo kibadde kya kuteeka eryokulonda event omuvuzi lyanakola ki zanaavuga. NRCs bwe zibeera nga ziri 8 omuvuzi alondeko emmeka omusanvu gwanaavuga kyonna kyekiri. I mean at the end of the day mwabagenda okusalawo NRCs zigenda kubeera 8 kivudde mu mani GS bwayogedde naye ekiteeso ekiriwo nti musobola okulondako event zonaakola ki zonaavuga. Etteeka linaddako osobola okukyusa event zonaavuga. Yes, that was the option that was on the table. 8 events, you select the events you will compete in. And when you select those events, you can collect points that all score to the championship.
Lunch break.
Give or take. I will find myself on round 7. Now those were the 7 events I had chosen. A driver who had chosen round 8 is only 20 points away from the title, having driven 6 events. You see the mathematics around that. You chose 7 events, you have driven your 7 events, you have, give or take, 320 points. Yes? The driver who has driven 6 points has 280. He has one more event to compete over. And the likelihood of winning. You are going to drive NRC 8 and not score points. This other driver is going to drive NRC 8 and score 50 points, and he'll win the championship over you. That is one option. The second option is score on all 8 events. Score on all 8. Score on all 8. I would want to hand this briefly to Champion Nasa and Mustafa behind there, and we look at those 2 options. You are either choosing 7 events out of 8, or you are driving all 8 championships to score on the championship. That is the option we have. Nasa and then Mustafa.
I'll be the last. Okay, thank you. Leon.
Let's listen in to Mr. Mustafa there and then we proceed.
Yeah. I think someone mentioned the third option. I expected it. That if there are 8 events and we are driving whether 5 or 6 or 7, can't we choose the best? I think someone mentioned it. The best 7 or the best 6? Why can't we vote on that option as well?
So the third option being
you can drive all 8 events, but we take the best 6. No, just a moment, guys. We can't reinvent the wheel. You see, this is what normally happens in competitions where there is more options than the points to be scored. Yes. In any sport, if there are 8 events in total, we can even choose to be scoring only 5, but we can move all over the country. We can actually choose to drive to score the 6 best events per driver.
All those are options.
Yeah, that's the third option.
Nasa, you wanted to say something? In my opinion, though, and on the safe bet of all things, I still personally stand for drive all 80 events and score points on all 8 events. It does the mathematics very easy for us on this side and just as much for yourself. Because you're giving yourself chance in 6 events, which limits the variables around. But let's listen to Nasa, then we see how we go.
Thank you very much, members. It's good to do the 8 events, but the catching phrase here was the teams are spending a lot. There's a lot of burden that is trickling down to the teams, and it's as well trickling down to the welfare of the teams' families. If we look, obakale bwetutunula ennyo families zaffe wano, Mo-Onsport chiches kolako research oje wange ewa mukyala wange ogambe Mo-Onsport eno bannange mukoze nnyo mwebale twenyumiza. You know, akuyitira oba poliisi. Kati me, I was thinking nti nina we nali ngenzeeko waliwo rally gye nagendako eya WRC just recently eye Monaco, the first one. Eyo rally muvugira Monte Carlo, muvugira a gap the first day, then second day emotoka baliftinga that thing of emotoka obutaziteeka ku carrier during rally baziteeka ku carrier nizigenda e Monaco for the second day. Kati one event district 2 muzimaze oba district nga mukaaga kubanga ne motoka ya rally weyitange eve Kampala ezo nazo ziba district tuba tubala kubanga tugenda kuyimirira egundi.
Nasa, unfortunately the National Council of Sports does not consider participation as driving through a district.
Okay,
that
that's
is
okay.
The downside to it.
That's okay, but I'm saying no, that's okay, Leo.
Yes,
it's okay. Ogenda kuvugira Mukono, yeah, you're gonna have a rally in Mukono day 1, and then day 2 you're going to have it in Lugazi. No, not Lugazi, Kachira, Katugambe, Ochiraba. Nti nebwe mukola just like 5 events, 5 rallies, nga muzivuga in that kind of style. Tugenda kuvuga Masaka, tugenda kuvuga Nechi, tugenda kuvuga ne Mbarara. You know, Saturday tuli Masaka. No. Yeah, Saturday tuli Mbarara, then Sunday katutanzo kobo Kampala tuli Masaka. We do 5 events. Ati tulabenga tukavarenze more.
Members, Doctor, first speak, then
I'm sorry to say, this is a very, to me the way I see this, it's very scientific. You want to achieve 3 objectives, right? Objective number 1. Oluganda. Twagala ebiru bibiri bisatu. Namba emu twagala tuberenga tutukiriza NCS kyayagala sibwe kiri. We go all over the country. Option number 1. We want to find the middle point because this is middle point. What is the line of? What is the best point where we all meet and benefit? NCS yagala events munana and events munana zisolo kuvugibwa. Okay, over FMU whichever. Linda kompola Hamza. So tulagawa. Chitu yamba omuzanyo kula na okay. Buli wetukola chi more events siwe chiri chituwa opportunity okushowcasing omuzanyo in many places, but also government benefiting esanyukanga tukoze many places. That's number 1. Number 2,
Hamza, let's take